Hi everyone, welcome to Solar Integrations. In today's video I'm going to be doing a full install of the Solarman Sunsynk integration from Kellerza. It's been a little bit of a while coming. I have been away, so I apologize for the delays. This is a great option for those of you that are getting going in integrations into Home Assistant for your inverter. And this integration gives you a great upgrade path. It speaks directly to the Solarman Wi-Fi dongle, and it would be my recommended option if you do have a Solarman Wi-Fi dongle and you don't want to go around buying any hardware, because it will speak to the dongle directly, and it will also allow you to write settings back to your inverter, which you can't do with the standard Solarman integration. There is also an upgrade path that will allow you to use either a USB to RS485 adapter, or you can get a bridge, an RS485 bridge device, either using a Raspberry Pi with some custom firmware on it, or alternatively you can buy a Wi-Fi bridge for your RS485 so you can have your Home Assistant separate to your inverter. But it's a great option, and I would recommend having a look at it. I hope you enjoy the video. If you've got any questions, please leave them in comments, and I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe my video. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. We'll see you after the break. Okay, I've got a bare Home Assistant here. It's had nothing installed. The first thing we're going to need to do is to set up our MQTT broker. That gets the information from the integration into Home Assistant, and it all works over the MQTT. If you haven't used it before, I'd recommend checking it out. It's a great way of bringing information into Home Assistant from other MQTT devices. Very easy to set up. We go to our add-on store. It is in as default in your add-on store. It's called Mosquito Broker. You install that. The other thing we're going to want to do is to set up a user for our MQTT so that we've got a secure connection. We're going to set that up over here. If we go down to people, we want to add a new user. Let's call it MQTT_user, and allow the person to log in. We just need to create a secure password for that. I'm just going to use password because this is my demonstration server, and I would recommend can only log on from your local network. Go create. Okay, so we have got our Mosquito Broker installed. What I'd recommend you do then is just reboot your, restart your server. Just let that go through. Okay, once it's set up, whoops. Go back onto add-ons. Let's start our Mosquito Broker. We can just check in the logs that it started. Turn Watchdog on as well. Okay, so now we want to install your HANS started integration. Now we go into you are going to need the serial number and of your Wi-Fi dongle if you're going to be connecting using the Solarman Wi-Fi dongle, and you're also going to be needing the serial number of your username and password. You can get this from your MQTT your Solarman software. It's probably the easiest place to get it from. You can enable the discovery automatically into Solarman Assistant, which you'll be able to pick it up. Otherwise, you can go and have a look on your that device itself. Now, but you'll get your inverter serial number over there and your logger serial number over there. So very easy to get that information MQTT installed and for the installation. Okay, so now we want to install your HANS integration. You are going to need the serial number and of your Wi-Fi dongle if you're going to be connecting using the Solarman Wi-Fi dongle, and you're also going to be needing the serial number of your inverter. You can get this from your Solarman software. It's probably the easiest place to get it from. If you just go into Solarman, you'll be able to pick it up. Otherwise, you can go and have a look on your device itself, but you'll get your inverter serial number over there and your logger serial number over there. So very easy to get that information for the installation. Okay, so once you've got your serial numbers, you're going to want to go into the Sunsynk. I'll include the links to the GitHub page for the integration. You want to copy that URL, go into your add-ons in Home Assistant, add-on store. You're going to need to add in a repository for the integrations because it's not in the standard add-on store. So we're going to add that. Let's just close there. What you'll see, you're going to have to refresh your page so that you can see the integrations at the bottom. Once you refresh it, you want to add this one over here. This installation is just going to be using the Solarman dongle. If you want to add in with a Modbus gateway or something like that, you're going to need to have a look at the documentation. Johan's got pretty good documentation on his integration. And if you can't find the answers to your questions there, then speak to the guys on the Power Forum. There's a very active thread over there as well. We're just going to install the multi version of it. Let's just go through that installation. Okay. Once that's finished installing, we're going to need to get our serial numbers that we've saved. So move that over there. Get my okay, so that's finished. I'm going to just set it for watchdog. The nice thing about this as well is that Johan does maintain it in the GitHub page, so your code will be updated every time he updates as well if you set it for auto update. It's probably a good idea to do that. The online documentation he's got over here, he's got a nice online documentation page. Configuration, okay, so we want to put in for the Solarman dongle the serial number for the inverter. Let's get that again. Device, okay, doesn't like me doing it that way. Just copy that. My dongle, it's not cooperating. Hold on. Logger, there we go. Going to go in over there like that. Then this port over here is going to be the port that the Wi-Fi dongle is on. You can usually get that from your router, or just thinking of the other ways you could find out what the IP address is of your, probably on your router is going to be the best place. And then if you fix that IP address so it doesn't wander around as well, you usually can do that in your giving it a fixed IP address in your router software. If you're not sure how to do that, I'd suggest you check your for YouTube videos on the manufacturer of your router. Unfortunately, they change from router to router, but you can usually assign a fixed IP address. Okay, so my Wi-Fi dongle is at 192.168.1.69 port. Okay, you need to add the port onto it. That is at port 8899 is default 8899. We've got a single phase inverter, and I'm just going to leave all of this as default. The only thing that we are going to change is how often we're going to read, because we're going to be reading from the dongle, from the Solarman Wi-Fi dongle. So I'm going to want to increase that to 15, and I need to select a default port. It doesn't actually use this over here, but it needs to have the port set up, and then my MQTT is username MQTT_user, password is password. Okay, let's check that's all right, and then save. Okay, let's just go and double check everything. That all looks good, and let's just check. Let's see if we can start it, and let's see if it'll start. Looks like it's starting. There's the log. Inverter serial number. Okay, it's pulling all of that stuff. Looks like it's getting all the information from the dongle. Let's go and double check. If we go into developer tools, states, and we go to Sunsynk, there we go, it's connected. If I go into integrations, what I can do, into device, okay, so there's all my settings. There's all the stuff that it's reading from the inverter, and I can add this stuff to the dashboard. Let's just get a dashboard that we can actually take control over. Edit dashboard, take control. Okay, let's go back there. Integrations, device. So let's just add all of this stuff to the dashboard. Add to the dashboard. Add to the dashboard. Okay. And there's the logbook, what's happening. So if we go back to our dashboard now, the one of these is from, I added it earlier, so I'm just going to delete this one. Okay, so there we have our all of the stuff which is reading from the inverter directly, and that's all up and running. If you guys want to then customize your dashboard and be able to, you can write your settings back using this over here. There's a great video on setting up the solar dashboards, which look like, let me just show you, like this over here, which will give you a live view of what's coming from the inverter. This is a great option as well. Allows you to customize all your data. I've got some videos on that, and I'll include a link to that video at the end here. So if you want to customize your sensors at all, there is in the documentation some instructions on how to set that up. I'll include a link to that as well for you guys. So maybe you want to set up PV3 and PV4, or There's some of the sensors that you want to use that aren't included in the default settings for either the single phase or the 3-phase inverter. You can customize all of that yourself. The documentation, I'll include a link to that. If you do get stuck and you can't work it out, then just ask on the Power Forum, and Johan will be able to help you there, I'm sure. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you find it useful and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you can like the video, I'd appreciate it. And thanks for all the support, guys. See you next time.